all agree that the Huffy. But there was different Huffies, right? There was the Pro Lightning, the Pro Thunder, the Thunder Road.
But they were all about the same quality, man. Unless you were on the factory team, this is kind of what you're going to expect to get. I can tell you though, guys, that seat, I remember that as a child. That's pretty comfortable to sit on.
In it, yeah.
Yeah,
I had that exact seat on my Pro Thunder. I'm telling you right now.
I had the seat on my Kent, my first kind of wannabe BMX bike. I had that same seat. It was kind of squishy and soft, not like today's.
You're like me, dude. I'm squishy and soft.
That bike probably weighs 32 pounds.
Yeah, hold your thought, Nick, because that's pretty good.
We're recording now, guys. Thank you very much for stopping back by the BMX Podcast. Now we're gonna do the Pena stretch.
You got to get warmed up.
Early staging.
Thank you very much for everybody for stopping by. We appreciate it. As always, we got Danny Pena, myself, and we have Shane Wimberly. He's like, this is like 3 in a row, Shane. This is becoming a habit, bro.
Yeah.
We have Skyway Nick making his return, and we're going to talk about a whole host of different things. I'm really not sure, but stay tuned. I'm sure everybody will be entertained. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining us.
I have your checklist, Kevin, so let me just review one more time. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about Mossy's recent video on the NBL versus the ABA. We have some offer-up bikes that we're going to look at and discuss today. I'll talk a little bit about the Grands, and Nick has the most recent experience with the Grands, so it'd be kind of cool to get his perspective. Let's see, talk about family and how they feel about our obsession with this sport. I got some notes about my cousin's race team. I didn't hear back from him, so I did the best I could off my own memory. And then I have a game for us to play too. Yeah. So all right. So anyway, yeah, I practiced with myself, and I think I figured out how to do it. So hopefully, hopefully this will work. Kevin keeps coming up with game ideas. He goes, "What do you think of this?" And he hits me like 1,000 miles an hour with the way he talks. And then I'm trying to process. He goes, "You don't get what I'm saying, do you?" I go, "Hold on, dude." I figured it out.
But here's Danny's response to everything. It shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, that won't be a problem, dude. I try to put your mind at ease. That won't be a problem, but I got it.
All right, man. So I guess we've talked about Mossy's videos before, but I like this last one that he dropped. It was interesting.
Yeah, it was based on the ABA and the NBL and the history of the two associations and how it became just USA BMX. And I thought it was interesting too. I was listening to it this morning while taking notes. I don't know if you gentlemen had a chance to watch it, but it was really interesting. I didn't realize it was so cutthroat between the ABA and the NBL, and I didn't realize that pros like Shane had to make a decision. Like, do I race this event? Do I race this event? Do I chase this title? Do I chase this title? It was almost an impossible decision. And then Kevin touched on boycotts from certain pros boycotted it, and certain magazines boycotted certain associations. I don't want to say too much, but that's what I got out of it.
I found. I mean, what Nick or Shane? What did you guys think about the video? If you watched it, I don't know if you did or not.
I didn't see it, but and I only know a little bit about this. I mean, I heard about the whole thing with the NBL and ABA, but I don't know a lot about what went down. You guys probably more info on that. It
all started with it kind of escalated when Osborne went to an ABA national, and he was refused a photographer's pass, right? and then that's what kicked this whole thing into high gear.
Mm-hmm.
And he banned all ABA advertising or nationals or race coverage from the magazine, right? He went strictly with NBL. Is that right?
He did very, very little coverage. Like it would just be like a page maybe and just some quick results. So, and back then BMX Action was the Bible. Let's face it, man. You know, we had BMX Plus, Super BMX, but BMX Action is kind of on top of that whole list of magazines. So if your races aren't being covered in BMX Action, that's a massive problem because everybody was reading it, and that's how we knew what was going on, you know.
Yeah, and then that spurred Bicycles and Dirt. ABA started Bicycles and Dirt. Yeah.
Right. Which I thought was a decent magazine, by the way. No shot at that. I thought it was a decent magazine. My overall thoughts about it: should there be one association? I don't see anything wrong with the way USA BMX does it. They are a massive machine. I know there's a lot of criticism, and I've been reading. Man, guys, I know we're going to talk about the Grands, but I've been reading a lot of comments about Flow TV and how that impacted the Grands and the production quality and things like that. And I think what it is, and this is my opinion, guys, I think really what it is that the USA BMX has created such a large event that they need an outside production company now to come in and go, let us do this part. You guys do the race, and we'll do all this for you. Because it was fine at the beginning, but now the sport is gigantic. There's so many riders. They're still racing. It's like, what is it? It's 11:33 here in California on Sunday. Those guys have been racing since Wednesday. Yeah,
last night I watched. Last night they didn't get done until like almost their time was like 1 a.m. I'm like, damn. I'm like, I was at the race when they had the most motos ever, 944 or 45. And I was the very last moto and expert. But that was on second round. We left it was around like 11 o'clock. Like whatever they did, they went through a shitload of motos more faster that time than they're doing now. So that was my whole question about why are they spreading these motos out with just little groups when if you got riders in a class in your age group, why aren't they breaking it down in eights and just do full gates and break it down quicker? It shrinks the moto count, and then you get out of there quicker. I mean, I don't understand why they do that.
Well, there's two reasons that I know of. One reason is moto count. The more motos they can get, the bigger prestige they can have. But then I also read that the more riders you have on the gate, so if you have full 8-gate motos, there's more chance of riders going down, getting hurt.
That's BMX, man.
I'm just saying their thinking is less riders, less chance there'd be more spread out. Plus,
it's all about the insurance liability, dude.
Back in the day,
back in the 80s, we had full gates at locals. I mean, it was everywhere you went in the 80s, you had a full gate at every I mean, it ain't no. I don't know why there's such breaking it down now to be wimpy about it. I mean, get all in there. Let's see a race, you know.
The Grand tracks back in the day, the track they have for this year seems really short for a Grand track. Back in the day, they could run 3 races on the track at one time. They would have one race go. It would get to like the 3rd or 4th turn. They'd run another race. They would have 3 races on the track. And if somebody went down, they got them off the track. So they were much more efficient. They won't finish tonight until 9:30 or 10.
Wow. That's Pacific Standard Time.
I just found it weird that me being at the 1 Grands and had the most motos ever, and me being the very last moto, and we got out of there by, I want to say at least by 11:30. Done. Second round. I'm like, why would 100 less motos or more, are they not getting out of there until 1 a.m?
That's a good question, Nick. Maybe it's has something to do with what Shane's talking about when you have like three motos going at one time and it's down to, now it's 2, I'm assuming. Because when I was watching it on Flow.
Oh, you mean as quick as they're spinning them out? You mean having 3?
Yeah,
I see.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean now. Yeah, they would do that. Yeah, you'd have like, as the other guys are hitting the last turn, the other guys are about the middle of the track, and the other gate's getting dropped.
I will say this though, man, that it's really exciting to watch, man. I was watching it on Friday night, and me and Shane were going back and forth, man. We were texting each other about all the races and the pro finals, and we saw Cam Wood win the national #1 title, which I thought was well deserved. He did. I don't think he finished second in the in his main, if that's right, Shane, and he still got the overall.
He got overall second, and which gave him the win. And again, like we had talked about our last podcast.
Yeah.
I knew. So the only two others in the main were Jolly and Larson that had a shot of the title. But I had no idea. I thought from Connor's explanation earlier that Larson and Jolly needed to win, and Cam needed to end up fourth. And what I was hoping, once I saw Connor do his thing, that before the third main, they were going to go, okay, so here's the points. Wood and Larson are tied with 3. Jolly, I don't remember, he had probably 6. Here's what needs to happen. And they didn't do it. They just
kept running them.
Just kept running them. And I just think it's poor communication. But from comments that I read, because of how long they stretched the night out, people were leaving after the freestyle show.
Oh, wow.
The exhibition. Yeah, because kids, they were going to have to get up really early to run their Saturday race. And they just couldn't.
Oh.
You know what I noticed too watching? And it was funny as hell. People are supposed to be watching, they're giving out the awards and stuff, and then they pan to the audience. And all you see is half the people looking at their phones, not even paying attention to what the hell's going on. It's like, does anybody even give a shit?
Well,
I just feel bad for them, because it's like, that's how it looked. It looked like nobody even cared.
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead, Kev.
I'm the odd man out of this group, so please, I'm gonna try to. I'm in last place. I'm trying to catch up. So, in Mossy's video, there was a big thing about pro points. Greg didn't like it. Stu, they both boycotted because it had to do with winnings, right?
Correct.
Dude, now, a regular season, regular race, pro points. Is there a difference between the regular race pro points versus Race of Champions pro points versus main pro points, or the points are the same for a win across the board?
No, for the Grands, I believe they doubled the points.
Okay.
Nick may have a better view on that, but I believe for the Rock and for the Grands, they double their pro points. And with going back to what Greg had talked about as far as the money, the reason for that is pros were going to local races and winning money, so they were getting points. And so I think, in my opinion, what he was saying was it needs to be more races to where everybody shows up, and not that you just go to any local race and win money, to where it's a more even and a fair opportunity for everybody to score points.
I guess it's down to like your 10 best finishes now. Is that how it works? Is that how they score it? Because I'm not too familiar how they score.
I think it's 8.
It's 8. Okay.
I think.
Yeah, because Molly Simpson ended up winning the women's title, and she was racing outstanding, man. I was like, wow, this young lady could freaking smoke, dude. She was hitting the pro set. It was awesome. Kevin, you got to watch the recap on it now that you don't have to pay for it.
I saw Joe Tippett was kicking ass, bro.
Oh, you saw him racing?
Yeah, our boy, his son videoed him racing in his I want to say a quarter or maybe a semi. No, quarter. And he got a second. He did a bitchin' pass in like the second in the last turn. He did the old high-low, bro. It was classic high-low in the last turn.
I'm telling you, dude, it's kind of hard not to get excited. I mean, even going back to what Nick says, some people don't care and they're looking at their phones, but there's guys like us that are just like hanging on. Like I couldn't wait to sit down and watch it. after
man,
work on Friday.
Son was going crazy, dude. Yeah, how the roles are reversed, right? When you're an adult, when you're a kid, everybody's screaming at you, pedal, pedal. It was reversed. He was screaming at his dad, pedal, pedal. It was funny, man.
Oh yeah, and just to recap that, Jeff Upshaw wins the Vet Pro title, which I thought was awesome. But man, he got challenged on Friday night, dude, because Barry was looking fast, Nick was looking really fast. There was a lot of guys in there that were just.
I think Huffy lit a fire under Nick Long's ass because he was like, dude, he was just killing it out there, man. He was blowing away Nobles. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, he looked when he was back in his pro days.
That's what I was saying. I told Shane the same thing. I go, damn, look at Nick. He won all 3 main. I was like,
right? It was like he was flying, dude.
That was awesome, man.
He had the move of the night, the third main, when he was third out of the first turn, and he went by Barry.
Yeah.
Going into the second turn.
Dude, boom. Just passing like he was sitting still.
And like I told Danny, his natural talent is there, but he never really took Vet Pro serious. And something changed to where I think, because before he was never clipped in, however Kevin wants to say it, and he's taking it serious now, and so he's training, or at least riding a lot, and it showed.
Oh, it definitely showed, man.
Big time.
Oh, yeah. I had 4 questions for you guys regarding the Grands. I'll just say them all, and then you guys can give me your opinion. Elise Willoughby, will she come back? Can she come back from being a new mom, being now closer to her mid-30s? Can she come back? Joris Sade, same scenario. He's now in his mid-30s, and he kind of took a break from racing after the Olympics, and he won the gold. Kind of took a whole break from racing. Can he come back? Barry Nobles, can he come back? Can he get a title? Now he's going to be 40 years old, and the other guys are now leveling up. So that would be interesting. And then Flow TV, your overall thoughts of the production. And then those were my only questions. And sorry, Kevin, I know you didn't really watch it all.
No, I'm interested in the answers. Go for it, guys.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it, man.
As far as Elise, she said on camera when they were interviewing her that she's coming back next year.
Nice.
So how much having the baby took out of her, that's yet to be seen. But I know her motivation and drive. She's going to come back. It's not going to be half-ass. It's going to be to win.
Yeah.
I saw a post from Joris.
Right.
That he was not happy with his results, which he says now has lit a fire under him.
Yeah, he didn't make the main, right?
I don't think he did. I don't know.
Nick, do you know if Joris made the main?
I thought he did.
Well, I don't think he was in there.
I don't think he made the main. Yeah, I don't know.
Was it like a pro main or amateur main?
Seeing his name.
Pro main. Joris Sade, he's the Olympic champ. He kind of took a break, Kev. But he has nothing to prove. The guy has the most titles, and he's got the gold medal. He really didn't have. What else is there? He's got world championship titles, and he raced, but he didn't really go for it. You know what I mean?
And from Connor, from Maris, they say that after you win the Olympics, the next year it's just motivation is lacking.
Yeah.
Because what else is there? You've already won the Olympics.
Yeah.
So yes, I think Joris will be back next year. I think he's going to put the work in.
What do you think about Barry?
Barry's a different story. I think Barry has found other interests and has found other enjoyment.
Mm-hmm.
If he decided to put his mind to it, to put the work in and to train, I think he would win the title. Although now with Nick, I guess that depends on what Nick's going to do, because I think he saw what he is capable of putting the work in.
Yeah.
So if he decides to go for the title, if Barry decides he wants to go for the title, and with Jeff up there in there, God, that'd be a great battle between those guys. So I hope that Barry decides he wants to do it and go for a title run, but I'm not so sure the motivation is there with Because
Yeah.
he's doing the e-bike stuff and he's getting into all sorts of different, which that's his, prerogative. He's done the work with BMX. So,
I was going to bring up another thing is he got Pro of the Year again. And Kevin, so Pro of the Year is like the riders vote who they think Pro of the Year is. And they gave Barry Nobles Pro of the Year. I mean, he's got it, I don't know how many times, 3 or 4 times now. And yeah, he's super popular. I told Shane, I go, how did Barry win it? He didn't even race the whole season. And Shane told me, well, it's his popularity's through the roof. And
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Does he still race for DK?
No, he's on Chase Bicycle.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. So he is massively popular, and I watch his YouTube channel every week like clockwork, man. I'm a big fan of his, so I was happy to see he got it. But I was also kind of like, how did that happen? Because you know what I mean? There's other riders that probably could have got it as well. But I think Shane broke it down. But did you want to touch on that, Shane, a little bit?
Well, I think it's his YouTube channel, too, when he does all that.
There you go.
That's what makes him popular. Nobody else really does it. Now, Nick Long has that Huffy stuff that he does every once in a while, and some get Jersey, but not as big as Barry. I mean, he's always on YouTube showing videos, and I think that's what the kids watch and make him popular.
There you go.
Besides Barry, there is Rain Langford. He's an up-and-coming elite. He does, and also Nick Kinman. He's got a channel that he puts out. Other than that, there's not a whole lot of pros that put content out. And I would think in today's age, that would be like a huge benefit. Jolly does some stuff.
Yeah. You got Rookie of the Year. Josh Jolly got Rookie of the Year. I thought that was an excellent choice. That dude's a badass. Yeah, he's from Australia, Kevin, and I was watching him race in the ROC last year, and I'm like, oh, he's going to be bad when he's going to be a bad dude when he turns pro. I already knew it.
I have a question. I really don't know the answer. Who has the most world title, pro titles in the history of BMX? It's no longer Greg Hill, I would assume, right?
Joris has the most USA BMX titles as a male, and Elise Willoughby has the most.
Yeah.
She's got I think she has, was it 11 or 12, Nick? Do you know?
I think it's 12.
Yeah, she's got the most. She's the most dominant racer ever, and that's my opinion. And
I think her husband was right in there too.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Well,
yeah. Sam was a badass
too before he got his.
European riders, they dominate. I mean, we've got some Americans. Connor's, he did pretty well. Mm-hmm. Cam's done, but European programs and US programs are on way different levels.
Yeah.
And so I would say Joris, if you're going to do titles, Joris for the men is the GOAT.
Yeah.
With what he's won on the world stage and also in the US.
Worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
Worldwide.
Yeah, I think Joris.
The tracks are more brutal than ours, like really more technical. That's how they ride so much better.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's why Americans struggle when they go over to Europe because the tracks are way more technical because they want U.S. kids to stay in the sport. So they don't want them to get hurt. They want them to have fun.
Totally makes sense.
Europe, it's a whole different game.
Nick, what do you think about Elise coming back, Joris and Barry? How do you feel about this?
Honestly, I think Shane put it. I'd probably say the same thing Shane did. But the only thing different with Elise is when she comes back, if she doesn't do good, I have a feeling she'll retire after that.
That's a good thought. Yeah. Again, she's another person I feel has nothing to prove. I mean, what else do you need to prove? You've done it all.
You got 12 or 11. I mean, whatever. Still. Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, you go again, you don't do it, and then I have a feeling she'll just be like, you know what, I'm done. That's what I think. I could be wrong, but that's what I think.
Go ahead, Kev.
Talking about Barry Noblest, dude, it reminds me of Caroline Buchanan. Where was she was she ever in the mix for for a world title or anything like that, or was she more window dressing, or was she just good? Was she as fast as Elise and all these other girls?
Yeah, she was a major contender.
Yeah, she was quick. I remember watching her at Grands. I always liked her. I mean, she was cool. Beautiful. I used to love watching her race. And I remember when I met her, I lost words to talk to her. I couldn't believe I was talking to her, and I lost my wordings.
Yeah. She's insane. She's insanely beautiful, dude. Like I see her Instagram videos and Facebook videos, and I'm like, oh my God, dude, you're like, she's an amazing athlete, super beautiful, crazy smile. It's amazing. Yeah, I would have married her too.
They were married, or were they just dating?
They were married.
Were married.
Yeah, they were married. Yeah.
Okay.
Barry's wife is beautiful. I mean, his family's beautiful. I'm like envious when I see what he has. I go, wow, dude, you did really well for yourself, you know. So
when I had my bike shop, I sold DK, and I sold a lot of DK bikes, a lot of DK race bikes, and one of the girls on my team was a big Caroline Buchanan fan, so that's why I kind of loosely followed Caroline. I think I still friends with her on Facebook, but I always thought that she was fast. I didn't know is she faster on a mountain bike or a BMX bike?
Yeah, she's all mountain bike now, dude.
Yeah, I think after that really brutal crash she had when she was in the hospital is what changed it when she got out of BMX. After she healed from that and then got back into it with the mountain biking, and I was surprised she went back into doing backflips. I mean, after a crash like that.
Yeah.
Okay, wow, I didn't know that.
Right there, I'm like, that's a lot of me. I don't think I'd even touch a bike after that.
Nick, I would be just like you if I would have ran into her face to face. And I'm never a person with a lack of words. Kevin knows I could talk all day, man, and I would have been like,
honestly, dude, I froze. I walked up to her and I wanted to congratulate. I just freaked out. I couldn't believe I was talking to her, and I felt like a little kid, and I couldn't get it. I'm like, forget it. I walk away.
You guys remember a woman racer by the name of Tara Yanis? She ended up she was paralyzed, but she was
I heard about that.
High in the mountain bikes. I got close with her as far as distance-wise at a mountain bike race, I think Big Bear or somewhere. And when I looked into her eyes, she had the most amazing eyes. Just
paralyzes you, right? You just sit there.
Yeah. Kevin, we could do a whole podcast on just like the most beautiful women in BMX, and that'll take a whole hour.
I can imagine the blowback on that one, dude. Oh man.
Yeah.
Caroline, she's big into the Red Bull crankwork stuff.
Yeah.
She dominates that.
Okay, all right.
So
Was she still on DK when she crashed, or did she move on?
I don't know.
Okay.
I believe she was, Kev. I mean, I can't tell you for sure, though, man. I believe she was, though.
Wow.
Are you guys ready to move on to the next topic? What do you think, Kev?
I got a question. You guys mentioned Nick Long laid it down for Huffy. I saw that dude from Nostalgia Neighborhood did a Huffy thing. Have you guys seen that?
No, he's got. I think I saw the thumbnail, but I didn't click on it yet. I was going to watch it later. Was it good?
It was a lot of most of it was about the damn Sigma, the vein of my existence, right? That's that damn Huffy Sigma. He tried to say it was a freestyle. It was Huffy's answer to a freestyle bike, but I don't understand that. But he talked about he had one good part of that video at the end when he said that Huffy's going to try to straddle the line from department store bike to high-end race bike, and they're going to try to play both sides of the fence. And it's never worked before, and I don't think it's going to work again, dude. Or ever. I think it's going to work this time.
I don't know. Those frames are badass.
Well, I don't think so.
You got to pick one. I think you got to pick one side, right? Because the guy, I don't know, dude. I would never. Maybe I'm different, dude. I would never buy Huffy. I don't care how good it was, man. I don't know. I wouldn't do it.
Well, look, Nick has always had really badass bikes. Nick, I've always admired your builds. Even before I knew who you were, I used to see you on Facebook,
Yeah.
All the way clear back when you built that one red line with the graphites on there. I'm like, damn, this guy's got such a good eye for builds. What's your opinion on Huffy based on what Kevin said?
I honestly think the new Huffy is a badass looking bike. I talked to Nick Long. I tried to get on the team before I got back on Sundance. I talked to him online and go, dude, I want to get on there. But he's like, well, we're only looking for really fast. We only got like real fast guys right now. But they're making a trophy team. They are going to come out with a team that people can join, like the lower ones, And he's like, but keep in touch. But then I got with Sundance, so I just didn't really say anything. But I would still love to have one of those frames that they got, the new Huffy race frames. And I still think it would be if Huffy does this, it's a great thing to keep bikes in Walmart and keep good high-end bikes. Because then you're going to have an all-around sales. Because the kids that can't afford, at least are still buying the Walmart style. And then you got the ones that race will be buying the high-end ones. They're going to be making money on both grounds.
Dude, I don't know what Shane thinks about this, but in this video that he made, he made a point of saying poor people could ride a Huffy. Poor people could ride a Huffy. And I was like, man, I go, we weren't rich, dude. Was this a real thing where people couldn't afford $200 for a Diamondback and they had to get a Huffy for $80?
Yeah, I
real world stuff that happened in the 80s.
My parents bought me my first race bike. I couldn't afford it. I talked them into getting me a. We took me to the bike. I bought a red line, 500. They bought me it was the baseline.
Right, but it wasn't a Huffy. Is my point.
Well, no, because Huffy at that time was, they were in it when Stu rode, but it was like really minor. It didn't like really catch on. You know what I mean? Okay. All the bigger brands like GT, Redline, those were at the track. So when you were there,
maybe I'm one of the fortunate ones, Shane. I don't know. I mean.
Well, my thought is this. Huffy's they have a challenge on their hands because of the stigma of it being the Huffy name. So that's going to be something that people are going to have to get over because back in the day, Huffy, the name just said low quality. Low, whether or not it was or not, I know the Huffy team back then, they weren't riding the store-bought Huffies. They had, I believe, Patterson frames, or Patterson was making those.
Wasn't Stu riding something? He wasn't riding a Huffy when he rode.
Oh, no, none of them were.
He was on something with no decals on it or something.
Mikey wasn't, Brent wasn't, Cooper wasn't.
That's my point, Shane. All I'm saying is, okay, I'll pose a question to both of you guys. You guys get a Chase or a Huffy, same price. What are you going to choose?
Huffy. After looking at that frame, I would go Huffy.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going Chase.
I'm going. Yeah.
The only reason.
Why?
The only reason I would go Chase is the stigma of it being Huffy, and Chase has the Joris and Tyler Brown. They have a winning consecutive years. Who's behind Huffy? Or I mean Chase. So I would go with Chase, but that's not to say that Huffy isn't going to be an up-and-coming.
They can have all the team members they want, but unless they sell the bikes, it means nothing.
Well, I would say Nick Long just sold a bunch of Huffies on his performance Friday night.
Good for him.
Yeah.
That's why they pay him, right?
If I was there, I'd probably want one. Honestly,
job is still Huffy.
And then for the amateurs, for the grands, they have Ethan Popovich. If he wins, I mean, that's how you sell bikes, just like in motorcycles, motocross, winning sells. And so with Nick doing what he did, Carly Kane, she always makes the main. So when people see, hey, these top riders are winning, are doing well on this brand.
That's how it was when we were younger. That's how it was when we were younger. We saw
I agree.
All those guys winning on that bike. You wanted that bike. Like, wow, that dude's I want a GTO. I want a.
For the most part, right? Come on, let's be honest. I don't care if I was a huge Harry Leary fan, but I was never going to ride a Diamondback. I mean, to a certain extent,
you're right. I wasn't a Diamondback fan either. My buddy had one. I didn't like it. I looked at it. It looked cheesy to me. I don't know why. I loved Redline. I loved Skyway. But I could, I got a Redline. For something, Redline was just a cool looking bike. But I didn't care for Diamondback. I don't know why. I just it didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
I'm with Nick. Diamondback didn't do anything for me. However, Kevin, if you could go back in time and pick up a brand new, perfectly turbo and have that now pristine condition, would you not do it?
That's different.
Do I have to choose between another bike or that, or just do I have the opportunity to buy the bike?
Isn't the turbo, if it's pristine, isn't that the most valuable collectible?
Yes.
So, but I agree. I heard they cracked a lot. I heard
in the gusset. Remember that?
Yeah. So I never was interested, even though I went to school with Doug Davis. It never influenced me to go, wow, I got to get Diamondback.
Okay, a Mongoose Pro Class or a turbo, or a turbo? Back in '84? What are you choosing?
I like the Mongoose Pro Class.
Me too.
I had the set of those deals.
Like, I would buy it for sure. I'd be an idiot, but if I had to choose between the turbo and another bike, I'm probably choosing the other bike, provided that it's not a Redline.
I can tell you, man. I mean, sorry guys. Like, my battery died on my laptop. I never plugged it in, so sorry about that. But I jumped in and I listened to your guys' conversation. I can tell you right now, though, let's say it's 1985 and Diamondback offers you a factory ride, hell yeah, man! I would jump all over that in 2 seconds. Got to be one of the baddest teams to win.
I'm getting a free ride. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna ride it. I'm like, it is what it is. Hope to God it don't crack on me.
I just got one more thought on the whole Huffy thing, because if Yugo came out with a supercar, are you going to buy the Yugo? Hell no. You're going to buy a Ferrari, right? If
I'll buy the Yugo. I'll take the Yugo.
Race bike, you're going to buy whatever else is on the other side. That's all I'm saying.
Is Yugo sponsoring me?
This way, if you're getting stuff for free, you're going to ride. You're not paying for it. Yeah, you're hopping. Nobody's going to say no to that. If you're just riding, company comes up, hey, ride for me, and you get all the stuff for free, you're jumping on it. Like, when I hooked up with Skyway again and I got the ride for him, I was the only one out there on graphites. People are like, are you, I thought about it. I'm like, it's going to be different because a bike is going to be a little heavier and everything, but I got the stuff for free. So how could you say no? When all that stuff shows up on your door, you're not going to say no way. That's like a dream come true. It's like you're going to do it whether or not you get the grief from people on the track. But I still made my mains. I still did good and surprised a lot of guys on those things that I could ride them. So
did you on that point, Nick? Did you ever feel like it was that big of a disadvantage to run graphites, or
especially not so much on my 20, but on the cruiser, because it was heavier. So it was like when I would go like, man, this is going to be tough. I got to really train with these things. Every day I'd be outside sprinting constantly, talking to Richie Anderson, and he would give me pointers how he trained, because they never stopped riding. It was always do not change the wheels, ride with them, because you got to get that weight resistance and a rolling resistance. You got to build up that strength to ride those, to beat that. That's how he did it. That's why he was like insane out there and spanked everybody. But that's what I did. I just rode the shit out of them and trained on them to be able to be competitive and make mains on that bike. I mean, I got beat sometimes too. I didn't make it all the time, but a lot of times I did too. So it was tough. I mean, I had to really do extra work to move that bike to get it going.
I have a question, Nick, on the cruiser toughs. How much flex?
I got none. I never felt any.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what flex would feel like. I mean, unless you're feeling like something bending. I never saw that. To me, they felt stiff as hell. I love the way they rode. I really do. I have nothing bad to say about them. I really don't. Besides the resistance, that's the only thing.
One thing I want to say back to the Diamondback back in that era, their bikes maybe weren't the greatest, but that team they assembled, they were one of the greatest teams ever assembled with Eddie and Harry and Brent and Mike and Eddie. And Doug and Rich Farside and on and on and on. So, yeah, they were one of the.
When I think back of what factory team I'd ever want to be on, that's really high on my list. Wearing that black and silver and, they got the massive budget, going to all the races. I'd love it. Go ahead, Nick. I didn't hear him. Did you? Go ahead, Nick.
Huh?
Can you hear me, Kev? Can you hear me, Kev?
You're like freezing.
What did you say, Nick? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, man.
You're freezing up a little bit.
Okay. Can you guys hear me better?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Go ahead, Kev. Sorry.
So, I don't know if you guys know this, but way back in the Stone Ages, when Danny and I first started talking, we talked about Diamondback on how they stacked up against other factory teams and bikes and their advertising budgets, and we both agreed that Diamondback had probably the biggest advertising budget out of all of them, and they probably had the best ads out of any other company out there. So absolutely, I agree with everything you're saying, Shane. They did have a great team, and they definitely promoted their brand effectively, because it seemed like was it the Silver Streak? I called the Toyota Corolla BMX bikes. everybody had a Silver Streak in my city.
and it all went back to Sandy Finkelman, was the brainchild of that whole marketing and who he picked up. So, yeah, that whole era, Diamondback, GT, Hutch. Yeah.
Hey, Nick, how are you doing on time, Nick? Do you still have time?
Yeah, I'm good. So I got an hour.
Hey.
I just got family come over at 2:00 my time. It's only 1, so we got an hour.
Okay. Kev, do you want to jump to the game, or do you want to go to another topic?
We can go to the game. We'll do the bikes at the end. We'll do the game first. The game's more important.
Yeah, because Nick might have to jump off, and I wanted to make sure he could play. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Danny, did you want to do what I talked to you about as far as collectibles now for this podcast, or a different one?
No, we're going to use that topic when we go over the bikes that Kevin has.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk about it then. All right. So, sorry. Can you guys hear me okay? Because I know my laptop died. I had to plug in, and it took me a minute. Sorry, Kev.
No, it's okay. I hear you, man.
I always set up my podcast station. I take my time, make sure everything's set up way ahead of time, dude, and I never plug my laptop in for some reason. All right, so this game, Kevin found it on I guess it was Instagram, and these guys have a podcast, and they do comparisons, but we've done comparisons before, but we usually just do like one versus the other, and then another one versus another one, and so forth. On this one, I've listed 20 different bicycles here on my list here, and I'm going to ask you which bike you prefer out of the two. You're going to pick that bike, and I'm going to keep going until I get down to your number one bike. Does that make sense? So the way it works is, for example, if I said, Kevin, do you prefer quarter pounder or do you prefer a Whopper?
Quarter pounder or Whopper?
What would you say?
I prefer a quarter pounder.
He's frozen. Nick, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Kevin?
Yeah, you were locking up again.
Prefer?
So yeah,
a quarter pounder.
I couldn't hear you, Shane.
No, I understand what you're going
All
with
right.
this.
Let's give it a set.
But okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay.
It was just Danny that was.
I just want to make sure the audio before I.
Oh no!
I'm here. Can you?
Here we go.
Danny's frozen right now.
A second to come back. All right. So is everybody can hear me? We're all good.
Bad omen. Okay. Can we all hear each other? Are they frozen?
We're good.
I'm good. All right.
Okay.
Okay, so who wants to go
Explain
first?
it.
All right, we're going to explain it again.
Let's go
I've
with
got
Kevin
20
and
bikes.
Nick and-
I'm sorry, Shane,
I'll go
what?
first. I don't care.
We can go
Okay.
Kevin, then Nick, then myself. That's fine.
Okay, because what I was going to ask is if you guys wanted to go at the same time or just go one at a time. I think one at a time is going to be faster and easier. So we're going to do that. So when I give you the comparisons, Nick, try not to think about it too much or over-explain. Just pick one. And then I'm going to give you another one so we can go all the way through. Yeah, okay? And that's because otherwise it's going to take too long. All right, Nick, are you ready?
All right.
All right. Haro or Torker?
Torker.
GT or Torker? Yep.
Torker.
Kuwahara or Torker?
Torker.
Mongoose or Torker?
Torker.
S&M or Torker?
I'm gonna go S&M.
S&M or Skyway?
Skyway. You know,
Skyway or
You can stop now.
what was it?
Skyway or CW?
Oh, Skyway.
Skyway or Robinson?
Skyway.
Powerlight or Skyway?
Skyway.
Elf or Skyway?
Skyway. I never rode it.
Huffy or Skyway?
Oh, Skyway for sure.
See?
Redline or Skyway?
What's that?
Redline or Skyway?
Oof. That's a tough one. Skyway.
Boss or Skyway?
Skyway.
Patterson or Skyway?
Skyway.
SE Racing or Skyway?
Skyway.
Diamondback or Skyway?
Definitely Skyway.
GHP or Skyway?
Skyway.
Hutch or Skyway?
Oof. I have to stay with Skyway. I love those frames too much. It's
Schwinn or Skyway?
Skyway. No way. Schwinn. No. Skyway.
All right, Nick.
You're freezing up again.
Oh man, dude. I can feel it coming again,
All
Shane.
right. Nick, Skyway, man. What do you guys think of that?
Pretty much-
Let me get
I got a lot of cutting to do.
I think with me, it's I never rode a lot of different frames, so I don't know how they would ride. So, you know.
I hear you. Okay, Shane, your turn.
Am I back?
Okay, let's go, Danny.
Yeah. Uh-oh, we lost Nick. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, now we can.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
now we lost Shane.
I'm here.
He's here. You're the one that's jacked up, Danny.
You there, Kev? Okay. All right, so Nick's overall choice was... Guys, when I'm looking at my screen... But we got through that, and Nick's favorite else was going to beat it. All right, Shane. You ready, Shane?
Let's go.
All right. Haro or Torker?
Torker.
GT or Torker?
GT.
GT or Skyway?
Skyway.
Kuwahara or Skyway?
I know ET's, that was his bike of choice, but I'm going to go Skyway.
Mongoose or Skyway?
Skyway.
S&M or Skyway?
Skyway.
CW or Skyway?
Skyway.
Robinson or Skyway?
I rode a Robinson. I'm going to still say Skyway.
Powerlight or Skyway?
Skyway.
Elf or Skyway?
Skyway.
Huffy or Skyway?
I'm tempted. Skyway.
Redline or Skyway?
Still going to say Skyway.
Boss or Skyway?
Skyway.
Patterson or Skyway?
Patterson.
Patterson or Schwinn?
Patterson.
Patterson or Hutch?
Mm-hmm.
I had a Hutch.
That's a tough one.
I'm gonna go Patterson because that's on my
Patterson or GHP?
Patterson.
Patterson or Diamondback?
Patterson.
Patterson or SE Racing?
Patterson.
Oh, Patterson's your bike, dude. All right, hold
It's
on. So
it's Skyway and Patterson were kind of
They were
on
up
my
there.
yeah of
Just-
what I always wanted that I never got to ride.
yeah.
The thing I liked about the
But
Sky,
you left out free agent.
I was
Well, I
waiting
can
for
only do 20 bikes, so I did the best I could.
Huffy could go. You could have put free
Yeah,
agent.
free
in
agent.
there.
Would you
just
go
wish
free
Skyway
agent,
would-
Jay, or would you
I would
just
have went free agent.
you
I
went
wish
free-
Skyway would come out with a today frame
Yeah.
and like redesign, but make it look better. You know, I mean, can you just imagine what it could look like if they really put some? Man, you can have a badass looking frame out there, man.
Well, that's like Bill Ryan's doing with the Torker.
Yeah,
It's got updated geometry, and he's doing a fantastic job. See my Supercross shirt?
Super
they are. The frame looks badass.
Yeah. So Patterson, but since you didn't include free agent, is the only reason.
Yeah, maybe I should have taken Huffy out of there because you guys laugh every time I say Huffy.
Well, because if you're talking about back then, nobody wrote.
even now, it's still no.
I had a Huffy Pro Thunder when I got into it, but I didn't race it because my friends were all like, "You need to get rid of that thing and get a real bike."
Yeah.
So I ended up getting the red line.
I mean, it should have been qualified as do the factory riders actually ride the bike, which would have eliminated Huffy.
Well, this makes you have this just in general, the whole brand, right? That's why it makes it interesting.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so Kevin, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, man. I put free agent in there for you because I already know you're not going to pick Huffy, so I'll just make it interesting.
I'm not going to pick free agent either.
All right, Aro or Torker?
Carl.
GT or Torker?
GT.
GT or Skyway?
GT.
GT or Schwinn?
GT.
GT or Hutch?
Hutch.
Hutch or Kuwahara?
Hutch.
Hutch or Mongoose?
Hutch.
S&M or Hutch?
Hutch.
S&M or, I'm sorry, CW or Hutch?
Hutch.
Robinson or Hutch?
Hutch.
Powerlight or Hutch?
Hutch.
Elf or Hutch?
Hutch.
Free agent or Hutch?
Hutch.
Redline or Hutch?
Oh man, Hutch.
Boss or Hutch?
Boss.
Really? You took a Boss over a Hutch?
Boss or GHP?
GHP.
GHP or Patterson?
GHP.
GHP or SE Racing?
Oh shit. SE.
SE or Diamondback?
SE.
That's your bike, dude. SE
SE.
Racing is your product.
SE Quarry, dude.
Hey, at least hey, you know, that was interesting because Nick was Skyway, Shane was Patterson, and Kevin was SE Racing. So, I mean, you got all three of you guys got a different result. That was out of 20 different bike manufacturers, you know, so that's pretty cool.
Do yourself, see what you come up with.
Damn it. I like to make you guys the guinea pigs. All right, okay. Haro or Torker? I'm going to go Haro. Haro or Skyway? I'm going to go Skyway. GT or Skyway? I'm going to go GT. Schwinn or GT? I'm going to go GT. Hutch or GT? I'm going to go Hutch. Hutch or Kuwahara? Hutch. Mongoose or Hutch? Hutch. S&M or Hutch? Hutch. CW or Hutch? Hutch. Robinson or Hutch? Hutch. Powerlight or Hutch? Hutch. Elf or Hutch? Hutch. Free agent or Hutch? Oh, free agent. Free agent or GHP? GHP. Redline or GHP? GHP Boss or GHP? Oh, I'll go Boss. Boss or Diamondback? Boss. SE Racing or Boss? Boss. Boss or Patterson? Patterson. Okay, I ended at Patterson. That was as fast as I can go, man.
You didn't do it in the same order that we did it, though, man.
I did exactly the same order. I went from I started at the top of my list, and all I do is just go from I compare the top one to the bottom.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was a frame you should have had in there for that era, though. You should have had race frames in there. Race was kind of
Which one?
Race Incorporated. Race
Oh,
Incorporated.
Race Incorporated. Oh yeah. That would have been good. Like all I did, guys, was grab a magazine, thumb through it every time I saw a bike. I wrote it down.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
JMC.
I'm going to do a write-in and say JMC.
Oh yeah, JMC's another one. Yeah, that would have been a hard one. That was a good.
I could have. Danny wouldn't even ask me a question. He would just said JMC's it. So it made it more interesting. You still there, Danny? You know, Danny is never frozen. This is the only time Danny has ever frozen.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, we could.
Right, Danny? You've never frozen before.
Ever since his computer lost the battery, he had to plug it back in. Now he's getting all this.
Yeah.
It's an issue.
Okay, I'm gonna log off and I'm gonna come back in. Give me 1 second because I'm gonna see if I can reset it.
So I sent you guys a couple bikes from OfferUp, and I thought I'd get your opinions on some of these. Some of these I like, some of them I don't. So I thought I would run these by you guys, and we can get an opinion on what we think about it. So I appreciate the patience, guys. So the first one I sent was a JMC. Have you guys had a chance to look at that yet?
Pulling it up right now.
That's it.
Oh, it's got vector bars on it. That's interesting.
Rolling Heights, California. JMC frame and fork, tough wheel, first gen tough wheels, vector bars, Shimano 600 cranks, seal bottom bracket, all kinds of pro neck, MKS pedals.
Where can I see this? How did you post it on something?
I sent you an email.
Oh,
a text. I sent you a text.
Oh, a text.
Yeah,
Oh,
I resent
okay.
those text messages, Nick, this morning to you so you could see them because I know you jumped on the chat a little later. Can you see them?
Hold on.
I'll save my commentary until Nick has a chance to look at it.
So I read some of the comments from the guy that owns it.
Are you in the group? Did you send it by the group thing?
Yeah.
Because I'm not showing anything.
Okay, I'll send them to you while Shane's talking.
Okay, go for it, Shane.
So evidently the vector bars are very popular, collectible, because of the guy that owns this bike said that he got very high offers just to sell the bars. So are they really that collectible? He didn't say a price.
Oh, he's asking $3,200 for the bike.
No, he was getting
okay.
They're asking to sell just the bars and neck, which is it's a one-piece unit.
And ironically, dude, that's my biggest gripe about the bike are the bars.
They're
not era correct.
What? Sure they are.
Do you think that JMC came out before Vector?
It's all 80s. That's probably 82 frame.
Okay, that's a fair argument. Yeah, I get you.
All right.
Yeah,
Anyways,
they're on the team.
Shane, you give your opinion on the bike.
Everything other than the bars, it's a really nice bike. I could do without the bars, but the frame, everything else, mint condition, really clean.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, it's a nice. I don't know if it's $3,200 nice, but it's a nice.
Those
bike.
red from the picture I saw from Shane was those actual Skyway Toughs on it.
Yeah, Gen 1.
Okay.
So they're not the
Let's take a gander here.
high end. Campy.
I got to download OfferUp. You guys can't just scan. Can you just screenshot the picture and send it to me that way?
Okay.
We're gonna have a lot of pictures getting back and forth now. So
Sign up
my opinion is that this is an ugly bike. That I haven't seen these Vector bars in the wild in a long time. And if you were to ask me about Vector bars, if you would have asked me about Vector bars before this, I would have said they're bitching. But I think they're hideous looking.
Yeah, those things, I never liked those.
Um,
I had the Redline forklifter bars, which were kind of close to those, but they looked way better.
I don't know what JMC this is. I'm guessing it might be a 3.1 XL or a 3.1. It's a small frame, and I'm really not that, even though I love JMC, I'm not that big of a fan of the smaller frames. I think the layback seat post doesn't do nothing for me. I don't think it's probably worth $3,200 though, but I don't think it's an attractive bike at all.
Okay, so a couple things I'll point out. The Vector bars are super collectible, so I think that's what brings the value up. Even though, because remember, not everybody's going to like what we like. Everybody has their own taste.
Yeah.
The thing I don't like about the Vector bars is there's almost zero offset. They're just straight up and down. You know, where a stem's going to give you a little bit more space in between the seat and the handlebars. So that's one of the reasons why I don't like it. And they're so inverted that they look kind of weird. So that's why I'm not a big fan of them.
There's no stem even on that bike. Those bars go right into your shit. Like they're made to go right into the head tube.
Exactly. It's one piece. The Tough wheels are Skyway Tough 2s, but they're the second gen of the Skyway Tough 2s. They don't have the metal flanges in there. So I think if it had the flanges in there, it would look a little bit more correct. I'm not a big colored tire guy, so I would like to see black Comp 3s on there as opposed to the red ones, the Repop. I get why he did it though, because it gives it a lot more color. The layback seat post, it's also anodized in red, but it's too dark based on the color scheme that he has. I would have rather seen a chrome seat post on there. And then the Dominator seat, I would have rather seen a Cashamax. And the bike doesn't have any brakes on it. So other than that, but the price that he's asking for is about right because everything on there is super valuable. So yeah, I think that's a fair price for that bike. That's my opinion.
How much is he asking for?
$3,200, right?
$3,200. Ouch.
Are those are JMC forks?
Yeah.
So I'm guessing the forks alone are probably $1,000.
Wow.
Frame, at least $1,000. Maybe $1,200.
Okay.
I don't know if those bars are so collectible. Maybe put them at 5 or 6. I don't know. So right there you got. Well, that's only $2,000, right? Hold on.
No, it's like
2,000, 3,000. Yeah, $3,200. It's about right.
If the Vector bars are super collectible, Danny, what do you think those would go for?
By itself?
Just the bars.
Oh man, I bet you he can sell those bars for at least $500.
Okay, so there's another 500.
Yeah, that's my guess. Yeah, I don't know if you
probably
agree.
right on key. What he's asking, maybe a little on the high side, but he's probably right there. I mean,
I just think a straight curl post would look a lot better.
Yeah,
But that's just me.
but you gotta remember, if you buy it, you can always change that.
Sure, yeah, I understand. Yeah, but it's probably worth $3,200.
I have to try. There's a line that I'm trying not to blur, and that is it's not something I'm going to ride or race. It's just something I'm going to have and collect. So when I look at it, I go, oh man, that would be the way the bike's set up, it would probably ride kind of weird. but that's not the purpose of a collectible bike, especially if you're going to show it and things like that. But I agree with the price, so I'm going to stick with that. I think that's a fair price for the vintage parts that he has on there.
Especially being a JMC, those are hard to come by.
Yeah.
Okay, so we agree on the price, and Shane and I agree that the bars aren't really that great looking, right, Shane?
I don't.
Well,
I'm
and
not,
also
I'm
that
big on Victor bars.
there's no adjustability on the bars.
They're not. It's just one setting. That's
It's
it.
just one, so you better hope that the angle is what you want.
That's a good point. You better hope that's what you want for the angle, because that could be a bad day. Turn it into a berm.
Okay. All right, second bike.
All right, second bike. Let's go.
Hey, Nick, I sent you pictures of the.
It's the red line, right?
The red
Yeah.
line.
Okay.
I'll take it.
So I'm going to go back to the original link. What do you guys think?
I got the description, Kev.
Go for it.
Okay, it's $1,700 is the asking price. BMX 1980 BMX Redline. Very good condition, chrome and in shape. So in other words, he's saying it's a good condition. 19 and a half inch top tube. This is a very rare, great collection, old school vintage bike. It says no, pad set is for display purposes only, not included. So he's not going to give you the pads. I think that's kind of right. Early
not to give you the pad set.
Not going to give you the pad set. Yeah.
Those are expensive pads.
Wow. Why is he holding on to the pads, Kev? Are they that expensive?
They're worth a fortune.
Wow. So if he was to include they're vinyl pads with snaps.
Yeah.
Those are the original. Yeah, they're probably worth money, but still, then why not just add some more to it with the pads? I mean,
I don't know. Good point. But what red line is this, Nick? You're the red line. You're the resident red line guy. Is
that's a pro line?
That's a pro line. Okay.
Yeah.
So the seat post tube doesn't look that bad on this bike. I like this bike, dude, and it's a red line. I dig the blue and yellow. I love the Z rims because I had yellow Z rims. I love the Z rims. I hate the colored tires. But other than that, dude, I think this is a good looking bike.
Hey, Kev, I think those colored tires are the real deal. I think those are original based on the wear on the tires.
Yeah. I like this bike except for the tires, man. And I totally think it's worth $1,700.
I'm with you on that, Kevin. I would get rid of the tires. The Z rims are cool. I don't know about the yellow. Not a big yellow guy. So, I mean, I get it what he was trying to do with the sprocket being a gold color, I guess. Because I don't think they made yellow sprockets back then. But
so, what do you think, Shane? Are you feeling this bike?
Yeah, I'm feeling this one over to the JMC.
Me too.
And I could do without the blue tires, but I like the yellow ASC wheels, rims.
ACS wheels.
ACS rims. And it's clean. I was even looking at the pedals.
The pedals are the only thing that's not right.
Are those Hutch?
Those pedals are they're like Suntour or Vectors, I think, aren't they?
I want to say Suntour.
Suntour.
They don't look like Suntours, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, got those teeth on them that cut your shin off, you know.
Yeah. Oh, they're Welgo pedals. They're Welgos. So they're Welgos were kind of they were just like Suntours, but they were a little bit more affordable.
More great, yeah.
Yeah. Suntours, dude. Let's be honest.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to be nice, and
I
like it, dude.
Dude, if you look at that,
it looks good. I mean, besides the tires, it looks good.
If you can look at the stem is a brute stem that's in great condition.
That's a red line? Is that a red line stem?
Yeah,
the red line stem. Yeah,
that's probably $500 right there.
Wow.
Maybe 4, but it's a sought after stem. So then we got the Z rims. The Z rims are probably $400. The frame and fork probably 7, 8.
Yeah.
So I think it's definitely worth $1,700 that bike.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. The only thing I would have done different is if he doesn't intend to sell the pads, I would never even put them on the bike. I would have just put the bike there. You know what I mean? Because then everybody's gonna
put them on if you're showing it. You leave them on. You know, you just got to find a stem pad. You can find a stem pad, you'd be set, man.
I bet just a frame pad alone is probably $150.
So if you find the pad,
but then you got a complete looking bike, that thing will look sick.
Yeah.
Would you tell him, I'll give you $2,000 if you leave the pads in? Would that be fair?
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
Depending on what he wants to get for the pads. I mean, you never know. Some of these guys are a little
giving him $300 for the pads.
But you ever see what some of these people put on these things, what they're asking for some of the stuff? Like they're smoking crack or something. It's like, what, dude? Are you high? I'm like, well, I don't think so. I'm sorry. Like when it gets to a limit, when the things go crazy pricing, it's like you.
Right.
Now, I mean, I get it's cool to have, but not when it's like outrageous.
Are those red line B-bars? Let's see.
You know what I would want to add if I could find them is get the rims.
Yeah, because so it says.
I'd want to get the rims laced up to some Philwood hubs.
There you go. What kind of hubs are on it?
Oh, there you go.
No idea.
Does it say on?
Let me see.
Does it say what's on the bike?
It doesn't mention the hubs, unfortunately. Oh wait, it says ACS hubs.
Okay, that's
are on there.
I'm looking at the front one zoomed in. It looked like an ACS. I was going to say ACS.
Overall, though, for $1,700, yeah, that's definitely. I think that's a reasonable price.
That was the frame I was in love with back then. I mean, when I saw Redline when the Pro line came out, that's the frame I've always wanted. I never ended up getting it. I ended up with the 500A, but I never ended up going with the Pro line. I ended up going from the Red line then to a GT Pro series.
Nice bike though, man.
Yeah,
I'm with Shane though. If I'm going to spend my hard-earned money, it wouldn't be on that JMC. It would have been on that Red line because obviously it's a lot cheaper and it looks more complete to me. I like the way that one's built.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's also saying it's a 1980. So if that's the actual year, that's really clean. It's really clean.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Especially the chrome. That's the biggest key. If that chrome is pristine, then that sucker's worth some money for sure.
Okay. Now let's go to the third bike.
Moving on, third bike.
I don't even know what the hell it is. There's not even a brand on this thing.
Wow, what is
that? It works good though, Kevin. It's in good condition and it works good.
This, my guys, is definitely a store-bought bike because those CW handlebars are definitely knockoffs.
Maybe it's a Huffy.
Yeah.
Look, that's a Pro Thunder. I had one. I know that gusted anywhere, man.
Is it
a Pro Thunder?
That's a Pro Thunder Huffy. I had a red one. I know. That's got to be a Huffy.
So he's asking $600 for this bike, and I try not to
crack. See what I mean? That guy's smoking crack. He's sitting at home with the pipe, going, "Yeah, I'll get $600 for this thing."
I try not to price bash people, so I'm not going to say he's on crack. But this bike is nowhere near worth $600 in my book.
Not at all. Not
at all. Look at the cranks; they're all rusted.
Yeah,
I mean, he just pulled it out of his garage.
Yeah, one-piece cranks. They're probably Sun Tour.
Rusted.
Something.
I think Nick's right though. I think it's a Huffy.
Dude, I had one, and that looks like a Pro Thunder. I'm sorry, that
but Huffy rears its ugly head again.
I was joking when I said Huffy.
It's like I'm here,
dude. I mean,
me that quick.
This bike is
the only thing I could say, Kev, about this is it looks like he kept every original part on it except for the tires. The tires look new. So he probably found this bike in someone's garage and slapped some knockoff Comp 3s on there and said, vintage, 600.
That's exactly what happened. He got this bike from a yard sale or something like that.
If you're gonna sell something, at least make some kind of an effort to clean it up, especially for what he's asking for this.
Yeah.
No way. You're better off.
Look how high the stem is. That's hilarious.
It's about $200 if he's lucky.
I'd put $100.
$100 maybe. Yeah.
He could pay me to take it off of his hands.
Look at the stem, dude. The stem's like 4 inches tall.
Dude, don't even try. You case anything with that stem, you're gonna bust that thing right off and eat it.
Yeah, it's probably maybe a half inch just sticking into the head tube.
Yeah, look how small the head tube is. That
So
thing
we all agree that the Huffy. But there was different Huffies, right? There was the Pro Lightning, the Pro Thunder, the Thunder Road.
But they were all about the same quality, man. Unless you were on the factory team, this is kind of what you're going to expect to get. I can tell you though, guys, that seat, I remember that as a child. That's pretty comfortable to sit on.
In it, yeah.
Yeah,
I had that exact seat on my Pro Thunder. I'm telling you right now.
I had the seat on my Kent, my first kind of wannabe BMX bike. I had that same seat. It was kind of squishy and soft, not like today's.
You're like me, dude. I'm squishy and soft.
The bike probably weighs 32 pounds. Trust me, I know I had one.
That's a funny one, Kevin. I like that, dude. That was a good one.
Oh boy, not like you, man.
Shane's over there still trying to examine it. He's looking.
No, I'm done with it. I'm back on the red line.
All right.
Out of the three, Kevin, for what you get and price point, I would have to say the red line is the one I would go with.
Yeah, dude, definitely. The red line is definitely a better looking bike.
The red line's a good snag.
Yeah. All right. We'll wait for the co-pilot here. Where do you go? Take a leak?
I think so. Unless he's the one that posted that Huffy and he's going to bring it out.
I can't believe you guys were talking junk about my bike.
He pulls it out.
Takes the Skyway down.
One of these times, someone's going to comment and be like, "That's my bike." I'm surprised it hasn't happened already.
Yeah, we better not hurt somebody's feelings, huh?
Well, see, I mean, that's what I mean, though. You get some of these people, though, that come on, post something, they probably really don't even know what it is. They think they get it, and they just like, oh, it's a BM, it's got to be worth this. And they just don't think. It's like, dude, come on. You really going to think you're going to get $600 for that piece of junk? Come on. Really? I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so I guess that wraps up this portion of the show. What else? So I always wonder because Mike, when I will talk about BMX and I do this podcast with Danny, and my wife kind of gives me the side eye every time I'm listening to a new show or whatever. My kids used to think I was really cool when I had a bike shop, and my kids kind of think my kids are 26 and 27 now, and they kind of think that I'm cool that I have a podcast or a BMX podcast, but. I mean, my wife was always pretty supportive of my collecting and my the attention that I gave the sport and the podcast. I was just kind of curious. Do you guys ever get any feedback, pushback from your family or your kids? Your kids think you're crazy. Does your wife think you're nuts? I'm just kind of curious on what the family thinks about what we do or what our interests are.
I'll let you guys answer first. Go ahead, Nick.
I would just say my mom probably wants me to quit racing. Because when I crash and get hurt, you're gonna die out there. You're too old to do this anymore. You need to quit. I'm like, I ain't quitting. But that's it. Otherwise, my family's always been supportive of it. You know, when I was younger, they took me racing. You know, and never had a problem with it. I remember like my dad would get mad back then if I traded parts because he didn't understand what I was getting, better stuff. And he'd be like, "Oh, take that back and get your old wheel." Those things were junk, man. I didn't. He didn't understand. So I had a battle with him anytime I touched my bike. So.
But now you have kids and family. Do you have kids that think you're crazy?
No, I've never been married. I got no kids.
Oh, The Bachelor. Got it.
Dang.
Okay.
Way to go, dude.
No one there to give me pushback.
See, no one can tell me what to do. I just go do it. Anyone saying, no, I just go.
Now you and Danny, there's your wingman, bro.
Yeah, man, we've been we're both bachelors on the BMX move.
Danny's got his shirt, so when he goes out, he's got his.
Yes, yeah. What about your wife?
You have to go back to Target.
We don't have kids. We have fur babies. No, she knew because of me growing up racing and still having an interest. She knows around Thanksgiving time that it's always Grand's time, and it's funny now that when I go, hey, they want me to, they invited me to do another episode of the podcast. She's like, why don't they just make you a co-host? Just as like a joking. I'm like, well, I'm a contributor now.
You got promoted.
So Shane, do you still race at all or no?
No. I stopped. 89 was my last.
Wow.
Real year. And I came back for a short sprint, one race. I want to say 92. And then I was basically done with it. And actually from then till probably about 2008, I didn't follow it at all. And so when they had a national out in Del Mar, which is relatively close to me. So I went out there, watched. That's the Mikey Day, that era. And so that's kind of when I got back reacquainted with it. And since then, I've been pretty faithfully following it. I went up to the Ontario when they had the World Cup, I think 2001 time frame. So I mainly just watch like what people post, races when they do the World Cups. And so, but yeah, 89 was my last serious. I ended up having some health issues. What's that?
It was health issues. It was a conscious decision. You went to track and said, I'm done.
Yeah, I got burned out because I was working full time. And then it was like I'd get off work and then I'd have to do my training. And so it was like 2 jobs. And if I had to do it all over again, I wouldn't have turned pro.
I was going to ask that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was going to ask that, and I'm sorry to interrupt your thoughts, Shane, but you kind of took the thoughts right out of my head. I was going to say, if you would have just stayed amateur, I wonder if your longevity would have been like similar to Nick and myself, where we still want to race. And I don't know.
That's just like when I quit. I quit in 93. Well, 92, 93. Right when I turned expert, my goal was to go pro. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to go pro. But I quit at that time because a lot of my friends got into the car scene, So it's hard when your friends don't go, you're only one going right. So you quit because you want to just hang out with them and do the same thing. So you get into that car thing. And then I came back in 2012 and I've been racing nonstop since. So.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to go back and say, well, if I had done this different, hindsight, 2020 thing. But back then, the amateur class at that point was basically a pro class. It was 17 and over. And so it was kind of like weighing the options. So I don't know. I don't know, obviously, what would have, but I ended up having some health issues. So it would have taken me out anyways.
Yeah.
So
I can tell you from my answer to that question, Kevin, it's like because I thought about your question. I go, how am I going to answer this? And I said, okay, it started off just like Nick, because like as far as my family supporting me racing, changing parts on my bike was always an argument, especially with my dad. My mom, not so much. My mom's like, what do you need?
My mom didn't even care. She don't, whatever.
Yeah, my mom's like, what do you need me
My
help?
dad
You know, and my dad's like, why do you need to do this and that? They're all junk. It's just junk. And that's what he always called it, you know. And
not that I had crappy rims. I traded my buddy for original set of graphites, Campy Hub graphites.
yeah.
I had to give him, I think it was just my rims. He didn't want the graphites. I had they were sealed bearing hubs with 7X, rims and everything.
Yeah, like everybody else.
My dad was like, "Oh, you get those rims back." He got all mad. I'm like, "No, you don't know what I got here. I got kick-ass crap. These things are 10 times better."
I'm gonna tell
I had
you
to talk him into it. Finally, I did, and he let me alone. But he was pissed off when I traded those wheels, man.
I know the cost.
Early, Danny. What about now?
What's that, Kev? I'm sorry.
You were telling the story about earlier, or when you were younger. How did it progress? Your family outlook on it?
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's what I was alluding to. So the cost of racing obviously was a factor, but my family was pretty supportive. They got me to the races. As an adult, as a single male, I could, like Nick says, I pretty much could do what I want. I could build what I want, race when I want. My kids, they think it's cool. I remember some of them would have my pictures on their notebooks of me racing and stuff like that. And they like to brag to their friends. Yeah, my dad races BMX, and I thought that was kind of cool. And none of them really showed a lot of interest in racing. But I was telling Kevin this, anytime I pull my car in the garage and my daughter's with me and her friends, they go, "Whose trophies are all those?" And I'm smiling inside. I'm like, yep, those are all mine. I'm just one of those guys that kept them all. Like I have every trophy from 1983 to 2020. I guess 2023 was the last time I raced. So that's why, you're not a kid anymore. You can get hurt. You have to take care of your family and stuff. And so that stuff always kind of bounces around in my head. If I do go ride, I got to be very, very careful, and I don't take a lot of unnecessary risks. A couple things I was going to say, though, as far as the obsession of it all, Kevin, everything I did as a child revolved around being on my bike. What are we going to do? Are we taking our bikes? It was always that, where are we going to put our bikes if we go to the movies? It was everything revolved around, BMX. And I always had a magazine with me. Always, man. I'd go to school. I had the BMX magazines with me. And thank God I did, because that's created my YouTube channel and helped with this podcast, all that useless knowledge I have in my head. And I remember, dude, watching the weather. That's how obsessed I was. I was checking the weather as a kid, through the newspaper. Is it going to rain on Saturday? Because I was so obsessed with, getting to the races. And BMX for me, it's kind of like my relationship with BMX. It's love and hate, because, as much as I loved it, sometimes I hated it. I'd get there and I'd get my ass kicked, and I'd be like, I never want to do this again. Or, you crash and you get hurt, you don't want to do it anymore, or you run into some jerk ass kid that just pisses you off and it turns you off. But I don't know, man, it never goes away. You just always want to go and do it,
It was funny because, when I had my serious crash about 6-7 years ago at Winter Nationals here, when I first turned expert, and I broke my wrist in 2 spots, cracked 6 ribs, and hyperextended my knee because the clip didn't come out when I went over the bars. It bent my knee the wrong way. But when I was in the hospital and I'm laying there, and the doctor comes in, and we're talking, and I'm just like, so when can I race again? And he stopped and looked at me and goes, "You're not going to be racing for 8 months, dude." You're nuts because you want to get back. I go, "Yeah, I want to know when I can get back on my bike." He goes, "You're like a wreck. You're not going anywhere."
Yeah.
Am I the only one that never really crashed when they were younger? I never had a bad I never wanted it up bad. I fell down a little bit like that, but I never had anything that took me out of the race, that took me out of the sport for any length of time. Am I the only one?
I broke my foot in senior year of high school, man. I was I think I told Kevin the story. My cousin wanted to race a double pointer, and I was sitting at home doing nothing, and he talked me into going. He goes, "Come on, man, my mom won't take me. Let's go," and I said, "All right, man, let's load up and go." We went to the double point race, and I I crashed in the first moto, broke my foot, and I had to graduate with a cast on my leg, and I was so mad that I made that decision to ride that day. But that was, Kevin, that was my only real major injury, dude. And I don't even know if you call it major injury, but I had to have a cast for 6 weeks. But other than that, man, just the cuts, bruises, scrapes, bruised ribs, things like that, you know.
So probably like 2005, my brother rents out the Orange Y BMX track for his kids and for my kids and for everybody to have a birthday party, right? My nephew's birthday party. So I show up, my brother's there, and my other friend Corey Clark, who was the pro on the main bikes team, was there, and I think Alan Foster was there. And we were so my brother had a couple extra bikes. My brother worked for Felt at the time, so he had a couple extra bikes. So I got on a bike. So it was the three of us. It was Corey, my brother, and I. We got on the gate, and I hadn't touched a bike. I hadn't looked at a bike since 86. And I got on this bike, and I was doing okay, dude. We were pretty much even, all the three of us. We were dicing it, for the first 3 or 4 motos. And I get on the gate, and I go over the first jump, the first roller at Orange, and I get sideways, and I go over the bars, face plant, and I was out, dude. And they peeled me off the track, and they took me to the stands, and I'm standing up and I'm trying to take my helmet off, and I literally passed out. Boom! I fell on the ground. They took me to the hospital. No, ironically, the hospital is right across the street. Like right across the street, there's a hospital. And I went across, and they made me drink the shit that goes through your body, so they can see the MRI. And I had a concussion. I got all jacked up.
Yeah,
but that was the only time I ever crashed on a BMX bike.
Wow, man, you always go for the head injury, my dude.
Yeah, dude. But on the training thing, this is a funny story. So when I had my bike shop, my kids tried everything they could to exploit my bike shop for their gain, to get parts and that type of thing. They'd be selling bike my parts out the back door. Some of my shit would be going, where the hell's that stem at? I know I had a stem in here. And so one day, this man shows up at my bike shop, and he walks in the door and he slams his fist on my counter and goes, I want to talk to your son. And I go, what happened? He goes, your son ripped my son off. I go, what do you mean he ripped him off? What happened? And he goes, and he had this scooter. He had like a Razor scooter with him, and I sold scooters. And he had this Razor scooter with him. He throws it on the floor and goes, your son traded my son for his brand new Xbox 360. It was like, I don't know, like $500-600 for this damn Xbox. He traded for this damn scooter, and the scooter must have been like $20, dude. It was the biggest piece of shit. And I go, what? And he goes, yes. I go, well, why would your son trade a $600 Xbox for this scooter? And he goes, because your son screwed him out. Your son took advantage of him. So, anyways, I fixed the guy's scooter. I put a bunch of good parts on it. I replaced all the parts on the wheels and the bars, and I made him happy. But I went home. I asked my son, I go, what the hell? How did you get this kid to trade an Xbox 360 for that scooter? And he was like, yeah, dude, it was a great deal, wasn't it? I go, don't ever do that again, dude, because you made me look bad. Because now I gotta make your questionable trades right in the market. I was a neighborhood bike shop, dude, and like people were coming in and saying, dude, your son's ripping people off, man. Anyways, so that's why I had to make good on my son's trade.
Kevin, there was this guy in my neighborhood. I don't know his first name. Everybody called him Mr. Thurman. Mr. Thurman had a garage that was like separated from his house. It was one of those old school houses where you have to walk out of your house to go to your garage. And he had bike parts galore in his garage. So if you needed anything, everybody go, did you go to Mr. Thurman? You would literally just ride up to his front door, knock on it, and I go, Mr. Thurman, do you have any CW handlebars? And he goes, yeah. He'd go into his garage, come out with brand new handlebars, and you just pay him right there.
He had
And
good stuff, not shitty stuff. He had good parts.
Yeah, dude, he had good stuff, and he could get anything you wanted too. He was like the drug dealer of BMX, dude. He was this really nice old man, and you would just every time, dude. He never acted bothered. You just knock on the door, Mr. Thurman, I need some Sun Tour bear traps. Okay, hold on, and he knew exactly what they were. He'd pull them out, and and one time I went over there, I go, Mr. Thurman, I can't get these cranks off. He goes, let me see it. He went in his garage, but you cannot go in his garage. He would just shut the door and he'd go in there. Dude, he had everything in there, and he'd come back out. Here you go, took the cranks off. Thank you, and I would leave. He never charged for stuff like that. But you had a bunch of parts, obviously.
He had kids that got him into it, or he was the ambassador and just happened to know about it?
I think he was like you, Kev. He had a bike shop that didn't pan out, but he was still able to get hold of the parts. I guess he could get everything wholesale.
Wholesale license probably. So
he was flipping stuff. Like every kid that in the neighborhood got parts from this guy, and it was like, it was amazing. Like I kind of wonder if I could ever find his house again. I mean, I'm sure he's long gone by now.
I need some handlebars. Oh yeah, I got some.
Dude, to this day, I can still buy BMX bikes from a couple different companies. They still think that I have a dealer's license. I get emails all the time.
No way.
I can still buy them. Anyways, funny stuff, man. So like my kids. I was cool. I was cool. I think I'm still kind of cool. I'd like to think I'm cool. But my wife doesn't get it, dude. She just rolls her eyes every time.
Yeah.
I'll talk to Danny on the phone, and she'll be like rolling her eyes, going, "Not again." You talk to Danny more than you talk to me. I go, "That's not very often."
That's funny, dude. Hey, I was gonna bring up a topic really quick with you guys because I was going back to Kevin's thing about reminiscing about BMX and the obsession. I thought about movies and TV shows that kind of revolved around bicycles that made me think of my childhood. So like if you watch Goonies and they're all riding around on their bikes, I'm like, yeah, we did that. We definitely did that. I mean, we didn't do all the adventures, but we did that. Stranger Things, that show on Netflix, that revolves around them riding bikes. The movie It, that I know that revolves around kids riding around on bikes. E.T., obviously, kids riding around on bikes. And then, of course, we have Rad, BMX Bandits, and even Karate Kid. I mean, what do you call it? Daniel-san riding a Mongoose Cruiser, right? Yeah. So, I mean, these are just the things off the top of my head. I don't know if you guys can think of anything else.
Well, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, dude.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Or was a whole bike shop. They went into the bike shop.
Yeah. What'd you say, Nick? I'm sorry.
The Chips episode with the BMX racing?
Chips episode. Yeah. Shane, do you got any other ones?
No, that's what I was going to say. The Chips episode.
Oh, that was a big one, man. The Chips episode.
Shane was racing in that. Didn't you guys see him?
I was.
He said Shane was racing in it.
It was filmed
in my day.
It was filmed in Monrovia.
And we had a guy on that was actually there.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, it's funny because like I remember watching that. Oh, that's incredible. RL racing the horse. That was a big one right there. Yeah, me and Kevin make.
Lucky you remember that one.
But that's you. That's all I got, guys. I don't know if anybody has anything else.
I can't think. I can't think of much, dude. So, what are your Well, you want to start doing some trivia on the next episode, Danny? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm always down for a little trivia. So, Nick, you can come on back, play some trivia with us, and
let me know.
Shane's a show regular now, so.
He's co-factory now. He's not full factory yet.
Full factory.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Nick, I was going to tell you before you go, man, your podcast that you were on, the Rail to Berm, that really inspired me to do what I do, dude. You guys had the best podcast, BMX podcast at the time by far. And you guys rarely did any video. It was always just audio.
Yeah, I tried to get Brad to do that. But it was the equipment. he was already spending a lot of money on the radio type equipment for everything.
Yeah, yeah.
We did always talk about, like, why don't we do like a live feed thing or something? And he was going that route. We did get a TV and we started doing some stuff, but that's when then obviously I ended up leaving, and then it all went to, it all just went to hell. So.
But for a moment there, you guys were even getting mentioned in Pool Magazine. You guys were getting a lot of hype, and I was even on your show, man. I played trivia with you guys twice. Yeah, I called in and played. So I was like, "Now on Rail the Berm."
Wait,
Man, and I thought it was a big deal. I still have Rail the Berm stickers on the back of my number plate, dude.
Everywhere I went, dude, it was like kids would come up. I would bring a bunch of I was the only one that raced, so I'd be at the Nationals, and people would see me in my Skyway, like, "Hey, it's Skyway Nick from Rail the Berm," and they'd all come up and want to talk to me, and then I'd pass out all the stickers I'd get, and I'd pass them out, but they all knew who I was. It was funny. I mean, it's weird when you're there and you just got all these people coming up to you that listen and be like, "It's Skyway Nick." The funniest one was when I hooked up with Remix.
Right.
I was standing there and talking to Greg Hill when he was managing the team. And I was with a friend, and we were standing there talking. And as people were walking by, they knew my voice. And they're like, "Yeah, it's Skyway Nick from Rail the Berm." So they were all coming over to talk to me in front of, the Remix trailer booth. And then that's how I got hooked up with Remix, because the owner wanted my fame, I guess, to be on that team and to have that attention, and all that. But literally, I was like, dude, I'm not like a super fast racer or anything. I'm just a guy on a podcast. I go,
well, do you know what what your follower count was, or viewer count, or anything like that?
On the show, I don't know. That was just, I never really had anybody. I made more friends on Facebook, guys I didn't even know were just friending me, I just friended because they were in the BMX, so I friend them, they were riders. But at the show wise, I don't know what the following was on that. Yeah, probably have to ask Colin that question. He might know.
Yeah. I know it was huge though, because you guys.
Big. I don't know how much, but it was big for sure. It was.
Shane, do you enjoy listening to podcasts versus watching them? Do you have a preference?
I'm more visual, so I'd rather like what you guys have. But I do the Coffee Chatter. I'll listen to that with Tori Nyhog and I forget his co-host. But they were big Olympic level riders.
Yeah.
So if it's a topic I'm interested in, I can do either one.
I think the listening ones are the better ones when you're traveling, because you just listen to the radio, and then it just makes time go by as you're listening.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, man. I really want for me to listen to a podcast, I really have to be interested in it. I mean, really interested in it. If I can't casually listen to a podcast, man, it just doesn't interest me at all. But anyways, I think doing this is easier than doing the audio. To be honest with you, I don't understand what more work is involved with having an audio only. But
I used to feel bad for Nick. I would feel bad for you because I know that your show is very professional, and they were always like, "Get closer to your mic, get closer to your mic," and I would hear you guys get cut off a lot. No, we're not going to talk about that. Because I was interested in what you were saying or Bobby Motomag, and I'm like, no, let them talk. I want to hear what they were saying. But you guys were on a short leash.
Well, that was all Brad. Brad always would stop things, and it's just like wouldn't let you finish, and it's like, what the hell, dude? Let me finish what I'm going to say. People want to hear that. Oh, we're running out of time. We got to do. After the show, we would talk about that. He's like, well, we're strict on time. I'm like, I don't have to be home. I go, I can sit here all night. I go, well, you got somewhere to be? I'm like, you're not doing anything. Let's just keep going until we feel like we're done.
Danny, maybe you should stop us stop me when I start getting crazy. Kevin, we're not talking about that, dude.
All right.
Hey, Nick, did you guys have a time cutoff?
Yeah,
he had a half hour or an hour.
That's what I did. Even though my job was to watch time, to do our commercial breaks because we had our sponsors, so we had to do like little commercial breaks. So I had to always let them know, and let Brad, and then he would go, okay, we got to take a break, and then play the commercial thing. And that was my job to do that as we talk. So Brad was really like OCD on the show, and everything had to be perfect. And it's like, dude, and I was trying to tell him, I go, dude, it's BMX, man. I mean, this is not like we're NBC News and shit. I mean, come on. It's a BMX podcast. Why they got to be so serious? Let's just have fun with it and roll with it.
Shane, we were talking with that question towards Danny and I, or was that towards
Nick? Because I know with this platform, you guys just kind of let things go and let things play out as they are. Mm-hmm. So it sounds like Nick was more of like a radio producer to make sure you get the commercials in and time limits. This is great because
I'd be watching. And the funny thing, piss off Brad, because I'd be watching my Raider game. It would be on a Monday night. We did it on Mondays when we recorded. So if the Raiders played Monday night, I had my phone up and I'm watching the game. And I would forget to do the times. He would get so mad at me, like, dude, what are you doing? I'm like, who cares, dude? Okay, do the commercial.
Yeah, Kevin, I used to tell Kevin, I go, Kevin, we're running kind of long, man. And he goes, who cares? Just keep going. And I go, I guess you're right. Yeah, because I used to think an hour and 30 was probably long enough. And Kevin's like, no, man, I can go all night. And I'm like, all right, man, then let's just go. We're done, I guess. You know?
A couple of times I started yawning, dude. I'm like, oh.
I get it.
When I started yawning, dude, I was like,
so
tired, man.
You want to make it like an hour or 2 hours. It's like that's what you try to set it at. Because obviously people have other things to do. You got to.
Right, yeah.
So I look at it as the longer the episode, the more I have to cut, the more shorts I have, and the more I have a chance to annoy people on Facebook, because I know they're like, oh my God, not another one, not another one, not another one. I asked my son, I go, is it possible to have too many shorts? And he goes, no, it's not possible. I'm like, okay, there you go. So I'm sure, I think Dale Holmes said something about that. He's like, well, didn't he say something about that at Dirty Fest, Danny? Like, yeah, I know who you guys are. I see all your shorts.
Yeah, I'm starting to get guilty of that too, dude. I'm trying to do shorts from my YouTube channel, shorts from the podcast, and I'm like, dang, did I do too many this week? I'm always subconscious about it myself, man. Yeah.
It's so fun, dude. I can't help it, dude. I like, I want to do another one. I want to do another one. It's like crazy, man.
Yeah, but it's the more you put out, the more chance you're going to have somebody catch it that maybe didn't catch the first 2,500 that you did.
Yeah.
I'd even consider just using the same footage and just renaming it.
And that'll drive people. Oh, that's a great topic. Let me see what this is about. So
yeah.
Anyway, well, thanks, man. That was a lot of fun for me. Sorry I had so many technical difficulties. I should just reset my laptop like the first 10 minutes of the show, but that was awesome.
Good.
All right, guys. Nick and Shane, we're going to say goodbye to you, bro, and then Danny going to close up the shop, man.
Peace.
Hey, once again, thank you very much, guys, for joining us, and look forward to start seeing clips of this in a couple hours.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right, guys. Peace out. Thanks,
right,
Nick.
guys. Take it easy, guys. Later. How do I get out of this thing?
There he is. He's gone. All right, man. Good show, dude.
Wow, dude. So, yeah, dude. So, what'd you think about the choosing between the different companies, dude? I thought that was okay.
That was actually a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Because I was like, I was a little worried. I'm like, how am I going to do that? But when I wrote down the list of bikes, which you probably can't see, all I did was just start from the top to the bottom and just follow it down with my finger. So once I practiced that a few times, I'm like, oh, that's going to be easy, and it went pretty fast.
So I thought you were going to do the other game this whole time. I thought you were going to say SE Racing. Let's go Riders, and I say Bubba Hayes. Scott Breithaupt, but we go back. I thought that's the game we were going to play.
Next time, because I had a bunch of thoughts in my head of how am I going to do this. So that was a good trial run for me to see how else I could do it. But I can expand on it as we practice with it more and more and stuff. It'll come out good.
I thank you for wearing the shirt today, dude. I appreciate that.
Yeah, dude, these shirts are cool.
Did I tell you the backstory on that T-Bone and crime? Did I tell you that Dirty Fest?
I think you mentioned it, but I don't really remember.
Okay, back in the 80s, there was a sticker that said skateboarding is not a crime.
I remember that, yeah.
Okay, so we cut that sticker and we took out skateboarding, we put T-boning. So we put on the back of our number plates, T-boning is not a crime. So that's where that came from.
Oh, okay, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah. And because I was known for T-boning people every once in a while in the second turn. But hey, you know what, Danny? I appreciate it, dude. Thank you for that. That shirt does look good on you. Your aunts want shirt. Are they joking or are they serious?
Oh, man, she wanted the shirt. Yeah, and then one of my friends commented, too. She goes, I want a shirt, too.
Okay,
so,
if they're serious, we'll get in touch offline, and I'll get you guys some shirts if they really want one.
All right, awesome, dude. Awesome.
And so what do you do when you're not with – oh, first off, how's your rider count, dude?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's take a look this morning. Subscribers have been going up, so I've been doing steadily better. Today I'll probably be doing a video and doing some race reviews tonight, and I'll probably hopefully I can drop a video tonight. At least that's my plan. And I am at 967, so we're close, man. We need 33 more subscribers, and I'm at 1,000.
And it boggles my mind, dude, that you're not at 1,000.
I know my views are good. I'm almost there, man. But I did notice my magazine review counts are a little bit lower than the race review count. So I try to alternate. I did a bicycle and dirt magazine review about 8 days ago. I didn't do that great. The Super BMX one did better. So I never know. But there's magazines in here that got 2,000 views. So I'm like, dang, I don't know. Where the sweet spot is. It's like we've talked many times. But my shorts are doing great. Every time I drop a short, it does really well.
It's amazing. It's amazing how I have I don't mean it personally, right? When I say we have we have the subscribers, but the watch is the views are like I don't understand it, man. You have all the views, dude, and none of the subscribers, man.
It's like people will go, yeah, I'm going to watch Danny's video, but they won't click that little subscribe button.
They go subscribe to the podcast.
Yeah, it's like it goes back and forth. But I did have some good growth. Let's see, I think I have my analytics that just came. My last analytics, I dropped one full-length video and 7 shorts in a week. I got 3,800 views in the week and 5 new subscribers. It looks like it says 3 weeks in a row I have increasing views. So it shows the bar graph for November, and you can see the 3rd week was the highest. See how it kind of grows like that?
Yeah.
And then it says here that 9 people commented. I got 68 likes and 6 people shared my videos. And my best video had 993 views. It was just a short that I did. Brian Patterson versus John Cruz. It was a really good one.
I like those things that you do. Those are good.
Yeah, I'm going to continue to do that because it gives me a chance to highlight some of the riders from the past and say, man, look what they did. Because as we start aging out, obviously the younger generation's I think they're losing connection to the roots of the sport. So I think it's important what we do in terms of always having, hey, this is what it was like. Because eventually it's going to all go away. It's going to go in the history books, right? And so at least we have a footnote in those history books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I'd share. So like Christmas is coming, and I really soft pedal the merch thing every week. Like, if you want one, whatever. But if you are interested in getting some merch, like I do have some really cool hoodies and T-shirts on the website. If you want, looking for if your guy watches and stuff, or might be interested in a shirt or a hat or a sweatshirt. I don't sell. Dude, I don't want you to think I'm selling merch left and right. I don't sell that much merch at all, dude. But if people out there want to support the channel, go check out BMXPERTSPodcast.com and see if you'd like to grab something for the man in your life or for the man in your life. Now I'm thinking about having my son do a different design, different designs with the BMXPERTS name or whatever. So maybe in the near future, I'm going to come out with some different designs and that type of thing. Maybe that's why people are buying them. I don't know. Maybe people don't like me no, that's impossible. People like me, but maybe they still like the stuff. I don't know. I don't sell a lot. If you want to grab something for Christmas, go ahead and check out BMXPodcast.com.
Maybe Kev, maybe expand some of your merchandise to be available on Marketplace. So when people look up BMX, your shirts and T-shirts and hats are going to pop up. That's probably going to get you some traffic.
How do I do that?
I imagine you just create an ad just like anybody else would if they're selling on Marketplace. And you just say, hey, I got these hats, I got these sweatshirts, T-shirts, and because I see people selling like Levi's.
You're talking about BMX, you're talking about the Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, Facebook Marketplace, and try to get some of that stuff out there and even offer up and things like that, just to get it out there so people can see it. I think Marketplace is probably the most you're going to get the most traffic on Marketplace, and like a lot of times people just look up BMX, and like I do it all the time just to see what's out there, and that'll give you some foot traffic. I put stuff on Poshmark once. Yeah. You know what Poshmark is? A little bit. Yeah, definitely. And they kicked me off for they kicked. I'm not gonna say why they kicked me off. But they kicked me off. But it might have something to do with the logo. I don't know. Oh, because of the STP kind of look to it. I don't know. I'm guessing that might be they cut me off. Yeah, I was wearing this hat. Sued by STP. I was gonna tell you, man. I wore this hat yesterday. I was at my dad's, and we didn't do a lot of outside work yesterday. He wanted me to help him put up all his Christmas stuff, so we were inside the house most of the day, with the exception of me like going down to his workshop and bringing up the decorations. But anyway, he just saw the hat, and he goes, "What's that about? What's the BMX hat about?" And I go, I'm on a podcast. My dad's 86, so I had to explain it to him like, it's kind of a radio show, Dad, that's on the internet. He goes, really? And he goes, you're on that? I go, yeah, I'm on it like every week. He goes, you're on it? And I go, yes. You gotta send him the links, dude. Is he on texting and stuff? No, my dad doesn't text, man. He still uses his flip phone, but I will. But he loves YouTube, man. He's always on YouTube. So I gotta go in there and go, watch this, Dad. Click, and I'll let him watch a short, and he'll be able to see it. But my family loves it, man. Yeah, they see me on Facebook all the time. They go, and when they say, I watched the show, I'm thinking, yeah, you watched the shorts, but I'll take it. Yeah, I think my wife watches. The only time she watches is when I'm reviewing an episode that I just dropped on Saturday morning or something. Yeah. But anyway, man, you can find on Danny Pena BMX Racing on YouTube, BMX Magazine reviews, race reviews, all BMX content all the time. And all you see all the time. And we're up to 11:52 as of the taping of this show. Right on, man. Oh, so, Kev, one more thing I forgot to tell you. So I'm talking to my sister the other day, and she goes, I love when you guys talk about other topics. It's so fun to watch you guys talk. And I go, yeah. And I go, oh, okay, well, we do throw that in there, with the pop culture. And she goes, yeah, because I don't know what you're talking about when it comes to the bikes, but when you guys start talking about general things and stories, it's really cool. And I go, okay. Dude, I generally worry about it every week. Did we talk about enough BMX? I generally worry about it, man. Yeah, because we get off on our little tangents. But when we do shorts, I generally think, okay, I'll do 3 BMX shorts to one trivia short, just so people know, okay, it is a BMX podcast. But yeah. I have stories for everything, man. I could go on and on and on. Yeah, it's all good, man. There's room for it because we can do whatever we want. Yeah, right? Yeah. So that's it. So thank you very much. Subscribe to the show
if you were entertained. Did we not entertain you?
Are you not entertained?
But the answer is no. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. Until next week, the track is now closed. Peace out.